Yo, so we're gonna check out the new Path of Exile League. What is it? I haven't seen nothing yet from it, so we're just gonna check it out. Comes out tomorrow, so what we gonna play?
The Orflame calls us to the sea. To a lost wreck that still draws ghostly breath. A curse down below. With my lanterns, we can explore the sea floor. We must find the source of the Orflame
Looking like the
before the brine rot.
what's that? Those shards, air shards.
Somewhere in the blackest depths, bounty and death await.
What the or reef chart map. Thanks, modifies the J 100% from contain friendly jelly. Just have a chance to be empowered by wildwood whips again. Okay. Well, hold up. What was that? All flame crack. 8 Augment this item with a new random modifier. Creates 4 ghostly copies. Oh, so different outcome. Okay. Yo. Okay. This rework. This boss fight. Legion improved. Visual uniques. Mercenaries of Farthis. Illuminate.
Come find your fortune in the depths of the sea.
Hey, too bad. Let's go content. Damn, this one's 30 minutes long though.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile, and welcome to GGG Live. We have massive changes to show you today with Path of Exile Curse of the Orflame, which is coming out next week on July 25th. Effect by following the instructions below. Let's not keep you waiting though. Roll the trailer for Path of Exile.
Orflame.
Oh, this might be our video. Yeah, this is everything I want.
Path of Exile Curse of the Orflame, where you'll comb the ocean floor discovering sunken artifacts of forgotten origins, fight the horrors of the deep, and do your best to make items in Legion. In addition to revamps of the existing leagues though, we're also bringing back some old friends. The Mercenaries of Trathis are making their way back to Rayclast. Then we'll explain our new end, after which we'll have a live Q&A session where Ziggy
Forgotten mystery has begun to stir beneath Rayclast seas. Hidden in the icy depths lie strange and immensely powerful treasures to help her find the charm of defeating the enemies.
Oh wait,
Stairs, or horrible creatures of the deep. Each of these monster encounters will also have a custom bonus for defeating the enemies. For example, successfully defeating the accursed undead that guard this treasure chest will cause the grateful trapped soul inside to grant you its power, possessing you and granting you ghastly power for the rest of the area. Once a chart is in hand, you'll board the good ship, the Sovereign, Valerie or Val's reappropriated Oriathan naval vessel. Here, Val introduces you to the heart and soul of her ship, quite literally. Vesper, another Pondium native like Val, is bound to this ship. His soul burns with the Orflame's curse, and were his comatose body to be removed from the ship, he would surely die. The silvery apparatus that lines the bows and eaves of the vessel allow him to steer the Sovereign anywhere in Rayclast's waters. Using the chart you've brought, Vesper can navigate to a location so you can scout it for Val, and while doing so, claim whatever treasures there might be. How, though, will you avoid a watery grave once sunk below? Vesper controls a spark of the Allflame, a powerful and mysterious magic, which has been imbued into a number of devices aboard the ship, chief among them the bathysphere. This in place Allflame lanterns. These are conduits of the power that keeps Vesper alive and bound to the ship, and give you the temporary safety you need to do that exploring. Without them, you will drown. The first of these is strapped to the bathysphere and activates on landing, rushing the water away to luminous coral. The real reason Val has asked you to plumb these waters, as the coral can be broken down into dead man sulfur, the fuel that keeps Vesper's light burning. As you get to the perimeter of the safety provided by an Allflame lantern, Val will drop more down at your request. There's also an option available to have new lanterns fired automatically for you as soon as you need them, if you prefer speed over fine control. Explore and claim what you can while you can. Lost fortunes of gold, chests of valuables, and lurking threats all lie in wait for you beneath the waves. Intended recipient. But hey, finders keepers, right?
It reflects a rare amulet, breaking it into 2 mirror halves and
Beware though, as Vesper can only power so many lanterns at once, and that power is finite. On placing the last of your lanterns, they will begin, one by one, to flicker and fade, and the creatures of the deep will rush in as they sense the vanishing of the light. You'll have to rush back to the safety of the bathysphere, escaping the cold clutches of creatures that despise the light you bring. You'll want to place every lantern though, as exploring to collect enough. Planning a voyage. Her journal. Place your charts on Val's board, connect them together, and create one giant seafloor excursion. Each area you chart will reveal a special modifier. Adjacent to it, voyage. This modifier addition, and she will pull it back up to the surface, safe and sound. There will be a capsule waiting for you, sent down by Val. A lot of opportunity.
That what's that one league that was like thieves or whatever? Basically that mixed with a couple of
opportunities to send back plenty of valuables. Val will send it down to your rescue. Work gathering. Is that just into play? Give Vesper an item, alongside a currency that you could normally use on that item, and an ample supply of Deadman Sulfur. That item is then split into a multitude of ghostly forms, each of which will be the result of having applied that currency to the original item.
See, that's why I see it's kind of worth to run for this league. It's just for this crafting part. Crafters are gonna love this.
You can then pick which of the ghostly outcomes you like best to keep for yourself. The others will go up in smoke, as Vesper can. The Gentiles do cut, which can solve item or gem requirement problems by changing one attribute to another. And
I mean, can't you do that in Harvest already?
brine hooks do cut, with which you can become an emissary of the gods of Rayclast. Who knows what these aspects might do? These ducats come from special types of charts, so keep an eye out for them on your travels throughout Rayclast. You may even find some that lead you to notably unwelcoming waters. So that covers the new league, and for the first time in Path of Exile, we're finally going under the sea. Not all. Return. The mercenaries of Trathus are once again roaming Rayclast, looking for hapless fools to duel.
Oh, that's why I saw.
Mercenaries will start appearing from Act 3 in San. Before beginning a duel, you'll be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here, you can see the gear they have equipped and the skills they employ. As per the Trathan Code, you have the right to wager for an item the mercenary is carrying. You'll stake some of your gold, and the duel commences.
Yeah, but they delete your build.
If you lose, you forfeit the levied gold, and the mercenary will teleport out, repulsed at such a poor display. Win, however, and to the victor will go the spoils. For a number of areas. Trathan mercenaries are powerful allies to have in Rayclast, assisting in Trathan mercenaries are powerful allies to have in Rayclast, assisting in a number of ways. Some mercenaries can provide you with powerful auras and buffs, while other mercenaries can do all the killing for you. While in map areas, if you don't like anything the mercenary offers, you have the ability to request their warrant. A warrant is a promise to return and duel again at a later date. A call to action that calls that specific mercenary to a future map, with the same set of skills, but a new set of items. A mercenary will only grant their warrant once, however, preventing you from fighting that mercenary in every single area. Warrants also allow you to trade specific mercenaries to other players.
Okay.
It is important to note that unlike in Mercenaries of Trathas League, having a mercenary does not count as a player party member. So having a mercenary does not increase monster life or the quantity and rarity of items dropped from monsters. Given that, you may be wondering, but what if I really like a mercenary I found? They have a great personality and powerful skills. Is there really no way I can keep them as an ally permanently? Well, you can, but only if you are a Scion. For the second time in 6 months, the Scion is getting a new Ascendancy class, the Luminary.
Alright.
The Luminary is a natural leader, lighting the way for others to follow. Becoming a Luminary immediately lets them allocate the Noble Blood passive, allowing them to permanently hire any mercenary they find in Rayclast. Luminaries can have up to 3 permanently hired mercenaries, 2 in reserve in towns and hideouts, and 1 as an active ally in combat. Unlike with regular mercenaries, you can change the items permanently hired mercenaries have equipped, opening up innumerate potential build possibilities. By default, permanently hired mercenaries cannot be equipped with unique items, but these passives enable them to equip specific
Oh, you could throw Headhunter on that.
types of uniques. While the legendary arms passive empowers mercenaries that have many different unique items equipped. Luminaries have the flexibility of becoming a support character to their mercenary, or having their mercenary support them. The Oath of Fealty and Golden Glory passives empower your mercenary by using your link skills on them.
That kinetic one.
The Loyal Bodyguard and Bestowed Knighthood passives enable your mercenary to protect you in combat, as well as enhancing their aura skills. As with any old league that we add to the core game, we have added full Atlas Tree and Scarab support. Here are just a few examples. These passives allow you to much more easily target the specific types of mercenaries you want showing up in your maps.
Okay.
The Loot and Pillage passive gives mercenaries a chance to drop all their items when defeated, instead of just the one you selected. The Trathan Scarab of Renown makes it so the spawned mercenary is covered head to tail in unique items. And the Trathan Scarab of Infamy forces a more powerful, infamous mercenary to spawn, accompanied by 2 other mercenaries for a truly unfair duel. Unfair for them. There's even a few entirely new mercenary types, one of which is found exclusively on the seafloor in rare Curse of the Allflame encounters. Sellswords of Trathas won't be additional changes to the flame. The majority of those changes
And that's
to
all
make
I
it
really came here for. I really care about that.
visited.
It seems like
Hi, I'm showcasing mercenaries cannot be hired permanently by default.
alright, so it looks like Luminary is pretty interesting. But everyone, we always follow Fluggun Loki. What's Fluggun thinking? Winter Orb.
Hey guys, so I want to make a video going over my full Winter Orb build guide for 3.29 Elemental slash
Thinking about Winter.
Hello and welcome, Exiles. Today I want to break down everything you need to know for Mercenaries and the Luminary, whether or not you want to play it as a build where the Mercenary is supporting you, or as a Merc bot where you are supporting the Mercenary and you want the best one with the best clear or the best damage. Now let's start off first with using the Mercenary to support your character. I think a lot of people are sleeping on how strong this Ascendancy is, and I want to try to remind you how powerful these can be as a character player, basically power. Two of them. Fallen Reverend, for example, can get any two of these three: Wrath, Zealotry, or Battle Mage's Cry. Battle Mage's Cry is like 2 to 3 base crit, if I remember correctly, so it's nice if you need general sense. How do these mercenaries work? How do they pick their skills? And if you're going to pick a mercenary for yourself to be supporting you, the character, this is very important. Number one is they have their primary skills. These are the skills they always roll with. You can't get around with it. You can't get around it. And sometimes these skills. Hello and welcome, Exiles, to a comprehensive guide for the Luminary Mercbot that I will be league starting and updating daily for Curse of the Allflame. This will cover everything from the gear for your character, progression trees, gear for your mercenary, what kind of mercenaries are good, pros and cons of different options. Let's get into it right away. Now, to start things off with, I think that covers pretty much everything. I know I was blasting through this information. I wanted to try to give a
Trying to see what he's
pretty full
planning to
perspective
farm.
on like the progression of the character in terms of the tree progression, the different skill setups you can go for, the different items you can go for various sets or gear sets for your mercs. There is a lot that goes into planning and theory crafting a luminary, and I'm super pumped for where this character will go. A lot of people have asked me, Lance, are you going to make an end game guide? For example, in this build guide, you'll notice that I only indicate a mid-game gear setup, which this is just early mapping setup. This isn't going to last you forever. I am aware of that. This character, I think, scales to the moon. The one thing is, I don't want to make I'll put it this way. I could tell you, here's an optimized way to do something in the end game, but there's some caveats that might completely change what I think is the best optimal build to do. For example, if you can enshroud a Chevron's wrappings onto Ivory Tower, that completely changes the way I would build the character in terms of the end game. So, like for right now, with the base game, with what we know, I might do a pure life stack with with the current information we have. However, we might find out next league you could do something like Enshroud and Ivory Tower, and that completely changes it. So I don't want to take the time to make a super end game setup for something that I might not even do as my route because they might add some things that change that. So that's part of the reason is I don't want to like do some work that I might not even use. And number two is it's part of the excitement for me. I like playing this game a lot, and part of the fun factor is the discovery, is the not knowing how good the build's going to turn out. So I like to have a little bit of risk going into the league in terms of like not outlining my entire end game plan. I like to feel it out, play it out, and try different things. And so that's why I'm going to be doing like obviously daily uploads and saying, hey, this is my updates I've made of the character. This is the progress we've made. These are the changes we made. And if you want to follow along with the build, I will be updating it regularly with all those sorts of things. Another thing you might note here is currently there is no Luminary Ascendancy. I have made a note for what we are clicking on each lab for the Ascendancy points, and it's not supported on POB yet. But when it gets supported on POB, I will be obviously adding it to the POB code, as well as it will be also getting added to.
All right, well, decent amount, man. I don't know if I'm gonna go Luminary. Seems interesting. I don't know. To go, what is it? Whatever fuck gun was going. What is it? Winter Orb. Could be that as well, but we'll figure it out by tomorrow, guys. That was it for me today. Peace.